Hi, my name is Chen He. This is my textile design presentation, the embroidery and textile patterns and display forms. This is my contents list. Firstly, I'm going to talk about concept statement and then textile experiments, design process, final design, and reference. This is my concept statement. Although my initial idea was to develop and design a new material for seaweed, however, during more in-depth research and trials, I found that such a material would be difficult to achieve in the short term. So I changed my textile design to embroidery. The embroidery techniques is a traditional art form of clothing and it's a reflection of traditional Chinese dress. According to Xu Qing and Desire 2019, embroidery is a Chinese intangible culture heritage and has some sustainable ability for future development. In ancient China, people were in close contact with nature, as silk was the main source of raw material for traditional clothing. Silk can be used to make clothes and patterns, and its special materials make the fabric more bright. Inspiration is drawn from traditional Chinese dress. In my research, I found that people would embroider flowers on their clothes to reflect the taste and character of the dresser. I chose to represent the quality of the Sydney government's fight the COVID-19 through the quality of the plum blossom. The reason is that in China, the plum blossom is a symbol of persistence and resistance. The basis of the embroidered clothing is made from recycled garments. By recycling and redesigning, I enhance the use of old clothing. This is my textile experiments. The first experiment is field. I didn't finish about the field design. I have some trouble making the field. This results in I do not being able to proceed to the next step without problems. Through these experiments, I learned that the hardest part of felting is shaping. The second one is embroidery. I try to use different methods to display the flowers. The last experiment is knitting. I use black and white knitting threads and I use 100% cotton material. I use cross-stitch method which gives a beautiful appreciation to the whole knitted pieces. This slide shows my seaweed bioplastic experiments. Due to the COVID-19, Sydney has been in lockdown. I was unable to purchase suitable seaweed glue in the dark material, but I found the relevant bioplastic material on Amazon and created experiments. This is my precedent artworks. I choose 3 types of embroidery artworks. These include traditional Chinese clothing and flower patterns. This is my design process. I have 2 concept boards. The first concept board shows a lot of seaweed pictures because I wanted to set up a sculpture made based on the sea. Now I change to the embroidery. Second picture shows my initial sketch and final sketch. Last picture shows embroidery process. The M is my initial English name, so I use this M to my clothing logo. This slide shows my final design. I dressed my designs on my body and photographed them from different angles. Some details have been touched as well. The last two images are the result of a still. The project aims to criticize the waste and the pollution of clothing. Everyone likes to buy new clothes, and I'm no exception. But what do you do with your old clothes? This is a question we have to face. By redesigning and resolving old clothes to increase their values and usage, this will reduce the environmental pollution caused by the textile waste. This is my reference. Thanks for your listening.